Well, hello everybody. Here we are. I had to not let the grannies outdo me with Granny Lois and Granny Pat. So I decided I was going to wear my flower in my hair since they had such a big to do over it yesterday. So now everybody has to wear a flower in their hair.
You you need to send that to someone else.
I said Granny Pat and Granny Lois has nothing over on me. I got a big flower for my hair. You know who I feel like?
You did it. You did it. Okay.
I you
Oh,
know you know who I feel like? What is her name that was out in California that always wore the hats that interviewed the movie stars?
no, not Minnie Pearl.
No,
I know
no,
who.
uh, she was in Hollywood and she interviewed the movie stars.
You're talking about the gossip columnist.
Yes,
Yes, yes.
Hedda Hopper.
Great big
Hedda
hat.
Hopper.
Yeah, well, I know who you're talking about. I just can't think.
Hedda Hopper. Hedda Hopper.
Hedda Hopper, though. You're
I'm
right.
Hedda Hopper tonight. I'm Hedda Hopper.
Well, her a real wide brim when she wore the great big one.
Well, this one is wearing this person right here is wearing a posy, and it's blue, not red. If Granny Lois sees this, I've got a blue one, so that's the way it's going to be.
She's going to be running to the next Goodwill store looking for a hat like you've got on. I can see her now.
Well, I like all her hats.
Can't
You know, I
wait. Can't wait till morning till she can go look for her a new hat.
listen. Mother and I we always talk about her hats, and she has some very interesting looking ones.
Yes, you're right. And I love the little red one she had on when I was talking about my poinsettia.
Yeah, yeah, I
I
did too.
little furry hat she had on.
Yeah, that's made out of that
What do you
swan
think?
fe- swan feathers.
I don't know, but it looked good. It fits her.
Well, I sure love your hair.
Well, this is what I like. See what I can do?
Well, most most women like a man running their fingers through their hair, not theirself. But I guess we're different.
Oh
Yeah,
well,
it looks
I'm happy
good.
with it.
Mother and I really love your hair.
Well, thank you. Tell her I said thank you.
I will. Uh,
Well, it'll grow out soon. I'll be trimming it with my scissors.
I'm going to take that earphone off and my microphone because I think I can hear you without having that on this evening.
Okay. All right. I'll tell you
Let
if I
me,
can.
uh, I've got it on my cell phone and you got it on your iPad. You can read the questions too, can't you?
Uh,
I'll just go down them.
I'm
I'll
seeing.
just, I'll just go down them and read them and then we can comment if you need to.
Yeah, I'm getting them. I'm getting them. They're real tiny.
Uh,
It's so
Lucy
tiny.
girl, let me start down
I
somewhere.
need to find my magnifying glass, but I'm not going to hunt it now.
Uh,
Uh,
Sarah Horton said, "Leave your hair alone." Sarah said, "You look fabulous, Granny Pat." Donna Hawkins, pretty hair, Granny Pat.
what now?
Tom says that Granny Pat and Lois are two of my favorite people. Well, that's good. I watch Lois. I like Lois. I think
Oh,
she's
yeah. She
she's
stays
got
pretty.
some interesting things.
She's a nice.
Uh,
She's a nice lady. There's no question about it.
no, and Sarah Horton, I hope y'all have a happy new year. Well, we hope y'all do too. Uh, Gail says, two of my favorite people. Happy New Year. Nightmare says, big hugs. Merry Christmas. Tom, inspiring to a lot of people. Yes, I know. She inspires me. Uh, Sarah, hey, Granny Pat and Billy Jean. Connie Moore, oh my gosh, you are so funny, Billy. Well, I just saw that, and I saw them big old blue flowers in one of my vases, and I thought, I'm not going to let those two grandmas outdo me. I'm going to stick that in my hair.
Well, you were successful. Yeah.
Sheila, there's Sheila. Hello, how funny. Good to see you both and survive the holidays. Thank God we did. Thank God we did, y'all.
I agree with you on that. I'm
Sheila,
glad.
I guess the baby's doing better, huh? Uh, Bluff
Yeah.
County. Oh boy, and Lucy girl, I love your headgear. Well, that's enough for right now, because I can't see them very well. They're a little better on that phone than they uh, are sometimes.
I'm looking on my list trying to see where we are with reading the comments.
I've already read them all. I skedaddled. I got it done.
Okay. All right.
Well, no, I mean there's more.
You can keep up.
There's more that come up every second, Granny Pat. But we have to cut out and talk. We can't just
Well,
read comments.
okay.
So,
All right. Uh, let's
so
see.
what you gonna tell me? What are you gonna allow? As my grandmother used to say, what's going on with you?
Well, we may need another extra hour if I start.
That's all right. We got
Okay.
plenty
I'll
of time.
put it this way. My car's at the garage now. Uh, I went down today. See, I've been gone a few days, and they keep saying you got to keep the battery charged. And I went and I had everything checked out. Okay. I come back from my visits with my sister and Jan and whoever, and I went out today. I needed to run an errand car. Couldn't get the couldn't even get the door unlocked. Nothing.
Oh
So I had
Lord.
to play. Well, would you believe the last time I drove it, I had something in the back seat to get out when I got home. And I got it, slammed the door, locked the car, went in, came in. The door did not completely close,
Oh
the back,
no.
and it drained my battery. And AAA came, he got checking, and my alternator was dead. So they towed my car this afternoon. I'm without a car for 2 or 3 days now, but at least maybe this time we'll get it taken care of and I can get out and run around a little bit. That's my car situation. Let's see. I'm trying to think. There was something else, I'm sure, but that's enough trouble, double trouble. So we'll pass on to the next thing. Let's see. You tell me something.
Well, I'm going to read some more comments. I see David H says, you're getting too popular to be able to read all this. No, I'll tell you, David, this evening, for some reason, my eyes are really blurry, but I've been working on stuff all day and I can't really see them real well. So I kind of get out like you do at the barn looking for a cow. I'm kind of trying to focus like a little drunk man or something. It's hard for me to see this evening.
Well, David, I can say this. I know you're also on Facebook. So if you have anything important you want to tell me uh, not hand, no. If you have anything important you want to tell me, you can tell me on Facebook. And that way we won't get interrupted by my friend here. Well, it makes sense to me, you know, and I'm sure it'll to David
You
too.
know what? That is the coldest shoulder I've ever had today in my life.
Well, you gonna cut me off?
No,
You're gonna hide me?
no, I
See,
wouldn't.
see,
I
folks,
wouldn't.
he needs me, doesn't he?
Well, you just make me laugh so much I can't hardly talk. Uh,
Well,
Here's
come.
Bluffy
Oh,
says,
well, well, I'll go.
I mean, Deborah says, hi, Billie Jean and Granny Pat. Sarah says, glad that you had someone to help you with your car. Bluffy says, but Bluff City Bounty says, I'm glad Granny Pat has Josh to help her with her car issues. Uh, he's worried that you might have a lemon for a car. I don't think so. I think it's just she has to have keep those doors closed and drive it like most people would. I think that's the issue.
It really is, but when I left that car door unlocked, you would never have known that it wasn't completely closed.
I
And
know.
I was able to lock the car. I thought maybe the car wouldn't lock if that door was left open. So that drained my battery and it messed up my alternator. So it's back at the garage. They'll take care of it, and
Uh,
life goes on.
Granny Pat, do you think that sometimes that it's been down, you might have left one of the doors ajar, maybe?
Well, that was it. The
Well,
door
I
was.
mean, other times, other times.
I don't think so because I don't go into the back seat or anything like that often. And when you're reaching and grabbing things, getting them out, and you just kind of push the door
Yeah.
closed, I didn't realize it didn't completely close. So anyway, that at least we know, and it also drained the battery in my key fob. So the service man, he happened to have some batteries with him, and so he changed the battery in my key fob. I would never have thought to do that, but he
I
said that.
always change mine once a year, then that key fob, because if in my car, if you get locked out without the key fob, there's no way of getting into it. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
you break the window, I guess, but
Oh, see, he couldn't get inside the car.
yeah.
uh the key fob, nothing was working, and he had to do the what was the manual labor type thing of going inside the window
Jimmy,
and
using
pushing.
the Jimmy, yeah. Mhm.
I was afraid he was going to break my car window, but he knew what he was doing, and he was very, very nice about it. And hopefully by Monday or Tuesday, I'll be in good shape again. I can go out shopping.
Well, that'll be good. You'll enjoy that, won't you?
I didn't hear what you said.
I said you will enjoy that, won't you? Won't you?
Well, if I can find a place to go besides Kroger, that gets old after a while when your social life is at the Kroger store.
Well,
Do you ever
I
think about that?
well, not really, but my social life is at G&W Sporting Goods down there, so it's a little
Well,
different.
I'd say that better, but at least there's a
Well,
lot of people.
no, you get a higher class person than I do.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, I wouldn't swear to that. Not
Oh,
at
I
all.
don't know.
And
Well, did you?
I thought I'd left my pills at my sister at Jan's house.
Yes, you told me.
I called Jan, checked and see if I left my pills. Your pills aren't here. I checked everything. So I discovered I'd taken my pills out of my purse and set them on the credenza, and there they sat. That
You're
comes
getting
from having too much clutter.
you're getting as bad as I am about misplacing stuff.
Well, we may have to dispose of our friendship if you're a bad influence. No,
all
I'm joking,
and
but
all the, they'll say, "What happened between you and Billie Jean?" You can say, "Well, it's just all over a bunch of clutter."
and that's about the truth.
Okay, let's see. Silver says, you have a glow about yourself. You're young at heart. Well, that's good. Yeah. I'm trying to read off the phone. I'm trying to. Bluff City County, Billie Jean, what state are you in? I know Granny Patty's in Kentucky. I'm just right across the border from Texas into Oklahoma. Originally from Texas. I'm
Well,
about 20
it's
miles from where I grew up, but do what, Granny Pat?
a strange thing about you being in Texas and me being in Kentucky, and we can sit and look at each other and talk to each other as if we were talking across the table.
I know, I know.
Well, when I start getting Christmas cards and greetings from England
Yeah.
and New Zealand and Canada, you know, I didn't realize what a small world this is. I just thought there was Kentucky and Tennessee. I never knew there were 50 states. I only knew there were two because that's the only places I'd ever been. And look how far we've come that we can communicate almost as if we just live down the street from each other.
Oh, we've been talking that way for over a year, and I talk to Granny Pat more than I do any friend or neighbor that acquaintance. I don't have a lot of friends because I choose not to.
Well,
But
I for you because you're the only one that knows how to get me on YouTube. And
well,
not the only reason, but
yeah,
you know how to get me on
I
YouTube
do. I do.
and talk to other.
Somebody asked if it snowed where I live. Well, not very much. You know, when I was a kid, it snowed 2 times or 3 times every winter. But now with the global whatever, we don't have much snow right on the Red River. So, you know, we might get something in January. We never hardly get anything in December. Uh, Granny Pat and them's already got one little flurry this year, hadn't you?
Well, I almost caught it on the way down, and that was the end of it.
Oh,
We had
really?
the other day, really. Oh, I was in Corbin though. The day it rained all day long, so wet and muggy and messy, and I don't like days like that. So I like when I see the first crocus come out of the ground in the spring, and I think, oh God, the pretty weather's getting ready to start. That's when I enjoy the season.
You know, today when I posted my quiche video from this morning, I saw that the weather, I'm seeing some comments about Houston getting all the tornadoes, and then I turned it on YouTube to the live guy that does all the weather all over the United States, and every 5 seconds his radar beeper was going off that there was more tornadoes down there. I don't know what all has transpired because I've been helping Granny Pat and been on here, so I don't know. But today, Texas it's away down by Houston. We're up in the north part of Texas area. We're
Mm-hmm.
Lake Texoma area, so it's Texas and Oklahoma. No, we haven't had any storm. We had a little rain, but right now the fog. I was speaking to a friend of mine, and he said it's almost like London. And I said it really is, and I think it's because of all the water that's around us. Now you can't see it. You cut it with a knife. It's so thick outside.
Gosh. Well, when I went out today, I was going out back and forth to my car. I was wearing this sweatshirt and I wasn't even cold. It's almost January and I wasn't cold.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought,
Mm-hmm.
this is strange. I think it'll come about the end of January. We'll start getting the snow then.
Yeah, I don't know what. Let me ask Alexa. Alexa, I'll ask her something. What's the temperature? I don't know. I think it's probably about 40 something degrees now. I'm not sure what's the
Yeah,
temperature there.
About I don't know. It's about the same, I'm sure, because it wasn't windy either. That makes a difference. And I was just amazed when I ran out the door and across the parking lot, and I thought, here I am in nothing but my sweatshirt, didn't
Yeah.
have any socks on, and still I was not getting cold. So it, we have very strange weather in Kentucky. We can have four seasons in one day.
I know it's gotten that way here. Winter used to be winter, but I figure y'all probably used to have. When you was a little girl, did y'all not have a really bad snowstorms?
Oh, it's been a good while. Good, yeah. I remember the year we had the ice storm. Boy, that was something else. It was a beauty if you were holding a camera to see all the trees just coated with ice. And when the ice would loosen from the tree limbs and fall to the ground, it was like glass. You've
Yeah.
seen movies and
Mm.
things where the glass just all crushed to the ground and you could hear it falling. And it was a beautiful picture if you were using a camera. Wasn't very nice if you were out there and all the electrical lines were down on the ground.
Yeah, that used to be devastating, and especially with us living down on the river in the country. Sometimes we was a week without power because some big generator or line went down closer to town, and that just left us out in the boondock. But thank God it's not that bad anymore where I am. Are you
Uh,
reading comments, Granny Pat? Are you
well,
doing a Are you doing a crossword puzzle or reading comments?
I'm reading comments. I have to bend my head down because the print is real tiny.
I know it's small on this phone. I can't hardly see it either. Uh, Billie Jean,
Granny,
I think you and I have a mutual friend together. Her name is Elsa. Elsa. Elsa's on the wizard. The
maybe on Facebook?
No, I think she's talking about Alexa. This.
Oh,
Oh, I said.
okay.
Oh, y'all! I said her name. She woke up. I gotta be quiet because she'll come out and scare the hell out of you. You just be sitting here, and she just automatically says something. And I think, well, I didn't even talk to you. Would you be quiet?
Oh, goodness gracious. Let's see. See, the person's name is blue on black, and that's kind of hard to read when I'm trying to see who it is. But the print itself, the message is in white, so I'm able to pick up those pretty good. Um,
I just not saw that. That's my friend Kayla on the YouTube. It's somebody I know. I thought she was talking about because I just mentioned Alexa, but no, she's my good friend.
oh,
Good
okay.
morning. I've got a real buzzer beater for you. It's a new theme from the
Alexa, be
NBA.
quiet. She just comes on, just out of the blue. I wish they'd get it something, a chip or something to make them not do that because mother will be sitting in there and she said, that thing just scares me to death.
Well, it would be frightening if you're not expecting it.
Yeah, my friend Kayla, she has a doll that is named Elsa and she brings it to my house, or she did, and sets it where it was looking in my window. She knows I get spooked real easy. So she made this doll out of a dishwashing bottle or something, and
Yeah.
it's got a little styrofoam head, and she brought it, and it would kept showing up, and I'd move it outside, and one time I hung it in the tree with a rope because I finally knew she was trying to scare me with that doll. And so I haven't seen it in a while, but I'll bet you now that she's on here, she'll drive to my house or come to my house and put that darn doll in my window.
Well, just be a good boy. That's all I can tell you.
I try to be. I really do. Uh, yeah, Sarah, that Alexa can make you pee your pants. You can just be sitting there, and all of a sudden, she just comes out of the blue. Well, President so and so was the third president of the United States, and I think, what in the? I didn't even ask you that.
You didn't remember asking her who was the
I
president.
didn't. I didn't ask her.
Oh well, I guess we're going to get back into the same humdrum
Do you
life.
know, Granny Pat? Do
Uh,
you know Lady Dutch? She said she's a longtime viewer and love you like you were her own grandmother. Your stories are like those her mom used to tell. Merry Christmas. She lives in Ontario, in Canada.
See, I just love that. I just love when I get these messages from Canada and the other countries. It just gives me a warm feeling about being closer to other people that we'll never, probably never ever see. But I feel like I'm close to them now.
Yeah.
I feel like I could get in the car and drive a few miles and visit them.
Hmm. Yeah.
And all those years, all these 88 years, 88 and a half years, I never got to see people from other countries. All the people I ever saw lived right around in the same 50 mile circumference, and they all talked just like me. Well, some of them were worse, but basically, you knew everybody. And now I think, look how widespread my life has come.
Oh, it's
Uh,
just opened up. It's just opened up.
It is, it did, it really did. Um, it's
Well,
one of the best.
that's when we first started conversing and everything, and uh, you said you'd been to England and all this and that, and but then you said, you would like to see that it was surprising you how many people were from different countries, and you were enjoying them because you just had never been around uh, other nationalities, I guess. Uh,
Yeah,
but that's a unique thing how you've come this far in your life, and now just through the power of the internet, you can just reach out to the world, and that's
I know.
what you do.
And the one thing that at first, when they started, like the people from Australia would comment, and I'd think, are they Americans that are living in Australia? Are they Americans that are living in New Zealand that are communicating with me? Because it never occurs to me that they can speak the same language I speak because they're from different countries. I wouldn't be able to communicate with somebody from Japan unless they were from America living in Japan. That
You
make
know, I
any sense?
think, yeah, I think we, even with my channel now, that's got more people, more followers, I keep seeing the schematics, and some are in countries that I couldn't believe, like India and places that I didn't know how to look at the schematics. So I've learned that this week. But
Yeah.
there's places that, like the Africa, different places that I didn't even know had access to us.
Well, actually, it's about the best education I've ever had. Is what I'm doing now. I am being educated to what around the world there are the other places besides Kentucky and Tennessee. So, in other words, I was born there, raised there, and have always lived in these two states. That's it. So I'm learning a lot just by being on YouTube.
Are we going to come on New Year's evening? Are we going to try to come on New Year's evening to do the countdown with our followers? You want to do that?
Well, we better ask our followers if they would like to us to do that.
Well, that's probably a good idea. If I'm not going anywhere, and I know you probably aren't. So
No, I'll probably still have a dead car. So,
yeah,
I,
I know if you didn't have that dead car, you'd be out at 12 o'clock at night going to the honky tonk, wouldn't you?
oh, sure. Oh, yeah, you better believe I would. All I have to do is walk down the street. See, I'm just a few blocks from those honky tonks on Main Street.
Oh, you
So
are.
I haven't tried that yet, but one of these days you never can tell what I might decide to do.
No, you'll get
But I'll
that.
be walking. I'll be
I know.
walking.
I know. You know what? You'll get that purse and that iPad, and off you head to the bar, and we'll see it all on film.
I, I, I carry my iPad with me everywhere I go, thinking I'll do a video. I'll do a video. And when I get there, I never take it out of my purse.
That's funny. But no, I tried to do that, Granny Pat, take our followers on little trips, but the I don't think it's just around me. It's even when we go into Dallas, I was trying it. The internet is just crazy, or it might be, well, my phone's not old, to try to do a live out of the car or at the cemetery or something. I can't get it to work. So I don't know why it
Well,
does.
my mind goes blank when I'm out like that. I think I'm going to have a lot to talk about, and I look
Mhm.
around and think, well, I don't know what to say. So I just don't even bother. I come back home and start drilling myself a little bit. I hope I don't bore people to death. I bore myself. I
Well,
ne-
it seems like they want to hear you. They want to hear you.
well, I'm going to see if I can find some good jokes to tell. Now I tell clean jokes, but sometimes I don't even have to be telling a joke. They laugh at me anyhow.
Me too. Me too. But I've always been the class clown. You know.
Well, I can see why. Anybody wear a hat every time they
Well,
see me.
it's not
See,
because I'm bald.
well, see, folks, he's got a nice head of hair, and I keep telling him I like him without the hat, and he reaches over and grabs a hat and puts it on.
Do you remember Snoopy? Well, you remember how Linus carried that blanket? Well, that's kind of like me with my hat.
I believe it. I do believe it. Yeah. So everybody to his own thing. So and me is my glasses.
I
These are
know.
an old pair of glasses I'm wearing now, but and I'll tell you a secret. It's not just the glasses that I'm showing. It's the eyes I'm hiding. I don't want to have to put on eye makeup and eyebrow pencil and have my eyelashes dripping down on my cheeks. So I wear glasses. That hides them. Don't look too close now.
Well, I was trying to get up there and see what you're talking about.
Well, just take my word for it. You don't have to get any closer. But it is a good feeling. All those years of having to get up, put all that makeup on every day of the world to go to work. It was such a relief on weekend to be able to get out of bed and not have to put on makeup. Now I'm getting to where it's an effort to put on lipstick.
Well, I'll tell you, it's effort for me to just put on clothes.
Well, I suggest don't give that one up.
I won't. I won't. Thank you, Kayla. I'm glad you could come. And I know we'll be heading to bed before long because we've been on here 34 minutes and 24 seconds.
One is
Granny, it
make
says, Sarah
good
says,
there's good people out there.
Granny Pat, you're beautiful, Sarah says. I've been to Tupelo, Mississippi to visit her siblings. I've been to Tupelo to visit the casino one time. I remember that. It was in Tupelo, I think. Lady Dutch, Bluff City. I've driven to Graceland 3 times. Elvis is like no other entertainer. I got married in Shelby County, just down the street from Graceland. I don't know. Who were they discussing Elvis? Our followers amongst themselves. I'm not sure.
I don't pick up on that either. I'm not sure.
Uh,
But we have Bonnie Allen. Let me tell you about Bonnie. I
where's
know
Bonnie?
she's watching, so I have to be careful what I say.
Yeah, you
She's
have.
a fantastic lady in Ohio, and she has been down to visit me twice already, and we just have a fantastic time together. We like the same things. We both love all of our antiques. She's got, I think, according to what she says, she's got the same clutter we have and need to
Oh
get rid
boy.
of things. So, Bonnie, if you're listening, just hang on to them. Nobody's going to notice that it's clutter. They don't call it clutter, but we do. And I'll be looking forward to seeing you again sometime soon.
I think I'm going to put a couple of my grandmother's quilts that are brand new online because I don't need them. So I'm going to put those on. They're all hand did. Every stitch is all
I want to
hand done.
see 'em. I want to see those quilts.
All right.
Yeah.
One's I think for like a big bed. You know, I think it's a flower garden.
Okay. It's the one's a little six-sided, a little six-sided.
Yeah, I don't know where it is right now. I had pulled a bunch of that stuff out because I've got to get rid of it. I've just got to get rid of it.
Well, you want to get rid of it, and then you start backing off, and then you say, "Why am I keeping it?" You've got to get rid of. I kind of like being able to pick and choose who gets my things,
Yeah,
because usually it's someone who wants them. And if
yeah.
I know they want them, they're not just wanting them for resale. I want them to go to people who
I
collect.
do too. I would like that if I could, if
Yeah,
I possibly could. You know, especially my grandmother's quilts.
of
Uh,
course.
I,
Yeah.
I've got quilts that was hers, but I've used them, and the one I have on my bed now is from probably 1920, and I've been using it for years. So these new ones, I just never had a chance to use them, and I'm not going to because I like what I've got, and that's the way I am. I'm setting my ways.
Yeah. Yeah. I think so. I think so. Yes. Yeah. I like your blue flower. Yeah. Hang
Well,
on to the flower.
I
You
have
might.
it here. I have it right here. And
Well,
I even tried, hey, and I even tried to put a shirt on that matched it. See? Oh, look at there. See?
you got nothing on me.
You know what?
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? You know what we look like?
That's what I'm going to do.
Did you
But
hear
you'll
me?
admit, well, you can't see my hair.
Did you hear me, Granny Pat?
Oh, God, wouldn't we make a pair?
You know what we look like?
What?
Blooming idiots.
I'm not going to argue with that one. No.
Oh,
Well, I'll just turn mine into a corsage. How about
I
that?
guess I could too. I could put mine up here. Now you better.
You know what? We're going to lose viewers if we
I
keep this.
know. I know. Hey,
Because
I think I'm gonna hook this up with one of those little water squirters and let you smell my fly and squirt it on you.
we are like two teenagers right now.
That's all right. If people don't
Nobody
have that,
would ever,
if
they,
people
they
don't
think
enjoy
we had
that,
smart. Go ahead.
I said if people don't enjoy how we do things, then I'm sorry, but we're gonna have fun because I get bored.
I do too. I love laughter. I
I
just
do
love.
too. I do too.
I love when someone comes on and tells me that they got so tickled at something I said or did, and in my mind, I just didn't even notice anything
I,
about it funny, and I thought, well, it's kind of strange how what people think is funny. And I go back and I read and I listen and I say, they thought that was funny. So that shows you the difference in what how people feel about what you say.
Well, I think, we both had life experiences, and like I try to come on, and even when you're not able to, I feel like it might uplift somebody that might be down, and then when we come on together, they really like us. So I'm happy they like us.
Well, I'm quite surprised they do. I don't mean to insult you. I can insult people real easy without even trying, but mean, I don't really mean to hurt anyone's feelings.
Oh God.
What we're talking about?
If people didn't know we were sober as a judge, they'd think we was drinking all the time.
Well, I am.
I'm talking about liquor. I'm talking about liquor.
Well, this is better.
I know. I know you don't have a hangover.
You can't top Dr. Pepper.
Knowing you don't make you have a hangover.
No, I go to bed. I go to sleep. I do fine. Pepper, it works for me. So anyhow, yeah, I never did. I never liked the taste of alcoholic beverages. And the only thing Jan always laughed at me when we'd travel or something, and the girls would be ordering their little glasses of wine, and I'd order a Shirley Temple. Now, doesn't that sound, well, I don't know how it sounds, but it was nice and sweet and strawberry taste.
Yeah, I know. I know how it is. But I was a drunk for so long. I didn't order Shirley Temples. I ordered something else. But
Well, Jan
I'm
always
glad that I'm glad
said,
that
I'm
I'm
always
glad
the one that orders a Shirley Temple.
I'm
So,
glad though that I'm glad that I have a testimony, and I've stayed sober since 2005. That was a big ordeal to try to do that. But you just finally, your family, like my little mother, had to put up with me through all that junk. And
yeah,
I wish I'd have stopped sooner, but I didn't. And I'm just thankful that I have her, and I stopped so we could enjoy life. Because if I'd still been drinking, I wouldn't even had an inkling to come and take care of her. You know.
that's true. That's true.
So
Uh,
God works miracles.
well, I think you might say there's one in every family that can, you get to talking to people and you discover how familiar they are with your story,
Yeah,
because there's one in their family too
yeah,
that
yeah.
is going through the same thing.
And that's funny. You said one in every family. There is no one else in my family that takes liquor, drinks liquor. No one. So
Well,
and then we were all raised the same. We were all from the same area.
exactly.
I think
Exactly.
it's me going out and going to another part of the world or town and getting caught up in the 80s. Oh,
Can
that's
you
your
pause
telephone.
the phone?
Yes.
Hold on. Hello. I'll have to call you back. I'm I'm on YouTube. Okay, bye bye. That was
Now
my sister. That
that's a
was sister.
coincidence.
What?
That's a coincidence because Lois got a phone call today on her video.
Oh, really?
Now, listen,
You know,
I'm
yeah.
holding my phone. Listen, I'm holding my phone, waiting for it to ring now, so I'll be the third one.
Wait a minute. No, No, that's my sister, my oldest sister. She'll soon be 96.
Well, God bless her. That's
She still drives.
well. Uh,
Can't comment farther than that. I just know she still drives.
well, I don't think I'll even be close to that, and my eyes still be with this macular degeneration. I don't think I'll be able to drive for a few more, very many more years, but I might. I mean, I don't know, but I know by that time I sure won't. I probably won't even be able to sit up in a chair.
Well, when you've had an accident like I had,
Yeah,
whatever, you know, in the last 2 years, it puts a fear into you when you get behind the wheel after that. You aren't sure of yourself anymore.
yeah, yeah.
So, and that's what happened to me. And of course, I had to switch cars, and I don't like these cars with all these little buttons that I don't know what they
Mhm.
mean.
Yeah, yeah.
So anyway, I don't go out very much, and that's why my battery.
Well, Granny, Pat, Mom, being 92, she can drive
Yeah,
still.
yeah.
It's just that I'm worried about the people that come around me that she might not see and might make her have accidents. She could still drive if I would let her. I mean,
Well, if you
so
live, I know if living in a small town is better because what
yeah,
I've discovered when I go back home to the small town, I get looking around and think these people can't drive. So
yeah,
I'm
yeah, 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 yeah.
city than I am in a small town.
Well, when we went to the doctor in Allen near Dallas the other day, we nearly had two wrecks because it was stupidity. It was just
Yeah.
people racing around us on the freeway, and
Uh
here I
huh.
am driving like little Grandpa Grunt, and
Keep your head up.
I got my Grandpa Grunt hat, and you better leave me alone.
You're not going to see Grandpa out without his hats.
Well, we've been on here a while, and I know you need to call your sister.
I know she's going to call me tomorrow. She said
Oh,
it'll
she
wait.
will. Okay,
I think she
okay.
just cat.
Let me
So
look at our comments because I want to see what's going on here. Sending love from Ohio, Sheila England, Connie Moore. Good evening from Colorado. Love you, Finley's mom. Hello from Lexington. Sarah Horton. Wow, Lady Dutch. God bless her.
there's one
Her
thing.
father's 93. Uh, Silver says we keep getting more and more views. I don't know. Don't ask me. I've got this little college boy that's told me he would work on my channel, and it just I don't know where he's promoting me or Grant whoever, but it seems like my viewers just keep getting more and more. I don't know what he's doing. I said, if it's something illegal, don't you tell me.
Let me tell you this. Uh, I'm not one to do much cooking in the kitchen, but you have put so many recipes on your channel, and you are gaining and gaining and gaining subscribers and viewers.
Uh, I didn't realize that I had that many videos that I had done for it's been 1 year on the 15th of December. I did not know that I had that many recipes, as you call them, on there until
Yeah.
somebody said, asked me, you've got over 100, or I don't know how many they said.
Oh, land's sake. I haven't seen all of them because I get caught up with what I'm doing and they kind of bypass me.
What I told them, I said I didn't know how many videos that I have on there, but I know how big my waist has gotten, so I know I've been eating something.
I ate enough candy last week
Oh, Granny
eat
Pat.
for 6 months.
Uh,
And I said, this has got to stop, got to stop. So I ate for supper a tuna fish sandwich. Now I'm going to tell you this. I used to love my tuna fish salad When I started to make that tuna fish, I couldn't remember what I put in it. I couldn't remember my recipe. So you
Well,
may have to do a tuna salad on one of your videos.
I've got the old Wyatt's cafeteria. Did y'all have Wyatt's cafeteria in Kentucky or not? Kind of like Luby's cafeteria.
I don't think so.
Well, I've got both of their recipes for certain things like tuna fish salad and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. I guess that was a Texas thing. Luby's, I think, was a Texas cafeteria.
Well,
But
a lady today sent me. She's from Canada, and she sent me a recipe. It was a cake recipe with Dr. Pepper.
yeah, I did you that first time. You remember a long time ago I did
Yeah,
you the Dr. Pepper.
yes,
So
and I didn't
compare those recipes.
do it yet.
I said compare the recipes if you don't mind, because that recipe I had was from the aunt that lived in Waco, Texas, where Dr.
My,
Pepper was first made, and that's a 1920s Dr. Pepper cake recipe that I had.
oh, I'll tell you, I don't think Dr. Pepper ever had as good a customer as my mother. Do you think a woman who's lived to be 101 and drink Dr. Pepper every day? And by the way, I've watched her many times pour that Dr. Pepper in a pan, set it on the stove, heat it up, and pour it in her mug and drink it like coffee.
Coffee. I've heard of that. I never
Yeah,
have done it, but yeah.
I think more and more people are discovering that. Yeah.
I think I need to redo that video or redo another Dr. Pepper cake video because I I just think I should.
In fact, when I talking, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. I had
Okay.
to get a drink. My throat
You know,
hurt.
I gave you the wrong recipe. The recipe she sent me was for pork, pulled
Mhm.
pork with
Yeah,
barbecue sauce. And I
yeah.
looked and it said Dr. Pepper. And I thought, well, her recipe is close to mine, but I never thought about putting Dr. Pepper. So the next time I do my pulled pork, which happened to be in the freezer, I'm going to add Dr. Pepper and see what happened. I'll let you know.
It seemed like one of those barbecue recipes that I had Coca-Cola in it at one point. Uh,
Most of them will show Coca Cola in their recipes, but I think more and more are putting Dr. Pepper in them now.
well, you could use your Dr. Pepper just like the cake, but you know that barbecue sauce that I made about
Yeah.
a month ago? I went ahead and put all that in the freezer, and I took some of that out. I had some of that turkey that I cooked the other day, and I just dipped that barbecue sauce. I swear has to be the best homemade barbecue sauce that anybody could ever use. It's
Okay,
delicious.
I'm going to check it out. Kim White says, I've heard of Dr. Pepper cake, but I've never had it. I need to because that's about all I drink.
Mhm.
Um, oh, and another lady, I think it's a lady, says, Billie Jean, can you explain what a Texas yum yum recipe is?
That's kind of yeah. Yum yum is a like a layered uh, chocolate and vanilla pudding kind of pie.
Okay, okay, yeah, sounds good.
I haven't made it in forever. I used to eat it as a kid. I remember going and getting a
Well,
piece of yum yum. Yeah,
well, sounds like the kind of thing I would like.
it's good. It's got whipped cream and all that stuff in it. Uh, I can't see some of that. Some of
Yeah,
these.
well, I'm reading down a little bit. I love warm Dr. Pepper with a lemon in it.
Now that sounds like something
Try that.
would have. My grandmother used to give us something like that as a hot toddy, and it had some kind. I think she
Probably.
used Coca-Cola or something.
Yeah.
You know, some of them you use whiskey in, but she never gave us kids whiskey. But it'd be lemon and maybe Coca-Cola, and I
Our
don't know.
whiskey saved for toothaches. When when you get that age where you start getting cavities and bad toothache, Mama
Uh-huh.
always had a little bit of whiskey in a bottle that she put on the cotton ball and put it in your mouth. I can't remember if it helped us or not. It may have put us to sleep, but it certainly didn't get rid of the toothache.
So, Granny Pat, it's been 55, 34 minutes. So we'll come on New Year's Eve.
Okay, okay. And the people
Seems like,
watching, they can let us know if they would like the idea of the countdown on New Year's Eve.
yeah, that's what we'll do, like that. And I think it'll be good. Yeah,
Yeah, and we'll
I'll just go ahead and get that rolling. You know what I'm saying? Produce that intro or whatever we need to do. I'll get it done.
and I can bring everybody up to date on my car.
Yes, I want to know about that also. Uh,
Everybody they want to know about my car. So yeah, make Pat happy. So
Make Granny Pat happy.
yeah, folks, you got to do that. So anyhow,
Well, I
we
see the comments. If we didn't mention y'all, I'm sorry, but they've been quite a few comments this evening. It's kind of hard for us to see and try to comment on everything, but we read them. And I know Granny Pat and I read every day everything that I just can't answer them anymore like I used to because there's too many. So if you get a heart, it means I know that you mean well and we mean well.
yeah,
And we're glad you all had a good Christmas. And we'll see you, I guess, on New Year's, won't we, Granny Pat?
New Year's Eve. Yes,
New Year's Eve.
I'll be here with my Dr. Pepper. Maybe I'll make a hot toddy out of it.
Well, I don't know what color flower I'll find for New Year's, but I bet I find a doozy. But
Surprises.
we'll see you soon. Bye bye.